This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. For more great podcasts, head over to bigheadsmedia.com.
Previously on TV Tuners.
Dear Lord, as we rise to meet each new day, please let us be filled with your Spirit. Wherever we go, let us spread love, joy, peace, goodness, and faithfulness. Let us desire to become more like you and to worship you in all we do. Help us desire these things so much more than the sin that entices us. Thank you for always going before us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
And now TV Tuners continues.
Hi there, folks, and welcome to TV Tuners. It's a television podcast for the true fanatics. It's a weekly dive in the latest in TV news and reviews. I'm your host, Swanson. With me, as always, is my other co-host and guy who I guess is immune to the virus, Stairmaster.
Moon! M-O-O-N! That spells moon!
It sure does, buddy. Hey, listen, we're just going to keep you down here.
Yes! In the cellar.
Yeah.
With the rest of Stephen King's problematic writings.
And we won't worry about you until it's too late. And then I guess you'll just go free.
Is that what happened to him? Did they just lock him in the basement? The moon guy?
Oh, I don't know about the moon guy. And with us, as always, is our other co-host and incel, who is having a bad time.
Hey.
Kyorain.
Hey, come on now.
Yeah, this show we watched is 2021 Incel Nation Seal of Approval.
Yeah, Incel Nation. We're coming back.
Yeah, like this show is like, this verifies everything incels think about how life works.
Listen here, Captain Trips, that's an inside job, okay? The government's been working on it.
Wait, is Jesse Ventura an incel?
I don't know, I was trying to do Alex Jones, but we can do...
Listen here, Mac. Getting it wet is how the government surveys you.
I was talking with McMahon back in the 80s. He knew about Captain Trips.
There's a microchip on each clitoris.
You're going to tell me that Captain Trips hasn't been around for all this time? Listen, we were hearing about it when we were out in Vietnam filming Predator.
Let me see if I can do an Alex Jones voice. Listen here. That's a Rick voice.
That's good.
Listen here. You're never going to have sex. It's just not going to happen.
Listen, the government wants you to think that you're going to have sex, but you're not going to have sex, alright? What you need to do, you need to get my protein powder. It's made of dried camel bones.
First they're giving us mass, now they're going to give us chastity belts.
You're just going to take these pills, and they're going to make everything work better. You're going to get a bigger boner, bigger sex. It's going to be really good.
You're going to be doing cartwheels off your own dick.
You ever wanted bigger sex? Well, now you're going to get bigger sex, alright? Catch him in bed with your boner. Anyway, welcome to TV Tuners.
Yeah, go to bluechew.com, promo code TV Tuners.
Oh god, I wish.
If it doesn't give you money, complain to customer service.
Yeah.
The promo code gives you money.
It's like an ATM.
So then you put the code TV Tuners and you want your cash rebate now.
I'm sorry.
Blue Chew supports $2,000 stimulus checks. So yes,
Yeah, if I got $2,000 stimulus checks, I would spend it all on Blue Chew, despite not needing that product at all.
yeah.
I would just spend it on prostitutes instead.
And
then be unable to get it up because I'm too nervous and regret not buying Blue Chew.
Yeah, you gotta chew it and do it. That's what the motto is, I think.
I had all the time in the world. It's not fair.
Imagine a world where you eat boner pills, but you don't need them.
That's capitalism in a nutshell.
Stair, I think you can just get cuddles. I think that's what you need more anyway.
Yeah, I just need someone to listen to me cry.
So, welcome to TV Tuners. If you like what you're hearing so far, why not consider subscribing?
What?
Yeah, we're available on all of the podcast apps of your choice. Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, and more. You can look wherever you subscribe. We're there waiting for you.
I don't know if people knew this. You can subscribe to podcasts and it doesn't cost you anything. In fact, it helps you. It'll let you know when our episodes come out.
Yeah, it's like a benefit.
For free?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can't give us 5 stars for free, though.
Oh, they can if they want. Do that for free. And give us a little review.
Yes,
oh my
God. That doesn't cost you anything besides your time.
Yeah.
Wait, how do they give us gold stars for free? Gold is a very precious metal.
It's not really gold. It's just ones and zeros.
Oh, okay.
It means nothing to them and everything to us. So please do it.
I see.
And
it's like the best kind of currency there is, isn't it?
In terms of getting noticed by a weird algorithm, yeah.
Okay.
And listen, if you desire a connection with us, you want to talk to us online, we're available on Twitter.
What?
Yeah, you can find us at TV Tuners Podcast. That's just at TV Tuners.
You're just dropping these truth bombs all over me today, Swanson.
That's right. Yeah, you can go over there and you'll find like tons of TV content, just loads of it. Definitely not.
Yeah, TV.
Yeah, it's all TV. Definitely not just like a tweet that just says sex.
They just did that.
Huh?
Yeah, so it's gotten 4 replies already.
Oh.
Well, the interns are really getting some action, huh?
Apparently.
Oh, they do not seem receptive to it, the proposition, at all.
Oh.
Okay. Well, it is an account run by, at last check, 95 interns. We have like 5 of them go.
Ooh. And by go, we mean into the hole.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, look, we'll tolerate a lot on the Twitter account, but once you just start doing the anti-Semitic posts, it's just, we can't really have that on the account.
Oh, yeah, Keel's very upset about that.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't be associated with that kind of content. Now, anti-Italiano posts, yeah, that's all good. But
hey, they're all a bunch of Tony Sopranos and Super Marios over there.
Yeah, I don't find that offensive at all.
Well, I'm glad
Chef Boyardee, motherfuckers.
I'm glad you stepped in to let us know, Keo.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Also, you can give us money.
What?
Wait.
You'll buy me a coffee.
Now you're just going crazy on me here.
It's true.
And you can request us to watch whatever you'd like.
That's right. Whatever your depraved,
you guys are going hog wild.
Whatever your sick, depraved mind can think of. Or if you just want us to,
I'm sure you can't think of something we'll say no to.
Or, if you just want to, give us, you're just interested in our opinion on something, you can buy a coffee and suggest a thing for us to talk about, and we'll do that thing. Those bonus episodes are coming out soon.
Mm-hmm. Trust the plan, guys.
That's right. The first one we're doing, we've already talked about a couple times, but it's going to be Videodrome, and I'm looking forward to it.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Akio is not, and I think Stairmaster is just going to get real high and watch it.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out.
I'm going to do that tomorrow.
Oh, all right.
So, was this show kind of like a warm-up to that, I guess?
Well, no. No, you're not ready.
Not at all?
You're not ready, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm just going to wear a blindfold while I'm watching it.
Oh, you'll still hear all the noises.
What is it? Does it sound like...
Kinda.
Like that?
Yeah. Listen, Keo, there's one word to describe Videodrome, and it's flesh.
Oh. And then after that, we're going to watch Mobile Suit Gundam The Origin, plus something else, because the guy accidentally bought the 7th coffee.
Yeah.
Who knows what that'll be?
Yeah.
We haven't asked him, and I don't think we will.
It could be anything. And listen,
God, I hope he's not listening.
If you require a more personal connection, perhaps you have a question that you want us to get answered, something you want us to read aloud here on the pod, well, hey, that's what our email is for.
Email?
That's right. You can email us at tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email, Keo Ryan?
Now you've gone too far. Yeah, tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. You've gone too far with this once, and there's too many ways to interact with us, too much content. This is, I'm going to just...
We got to be careful about parasocial relationships.
Oh.
Yeah, I just got to say, Swanson, we should probably just release one 20-minute episode per month, and that's it, I think.
I like how Keo thinks.
Yeah, I think that'll be good to get people to listen.
I think it would be worse for my stress if we only did this once a month.
Oh, we like
anticipation would be so much greater.
Yeah. Yeah, all of your quips, foresights, comments, questions, otherwise, can be sent to us. You can be like Gio, who sent us this email that I didn't actually read beforehand, so look out.
Uh-oh.
See me after class.
Oh, dear.
Fellas.
We're in trouble?
I don't know. Let's see. Fellas, I'm in a pickle here. I'm doing pretty bad in Fundamental Media Recontextualization 102 at the old community college.
God.
Stank-ass Paul told me it was an easy A, so I didn't bother showing up. But now I'm going to fail unless I totally slam dunk this essay question. Can you help me out? It sounds real easy. All I have to do is pitch a reboot of Hogan's Heroes set in the modern era and keep it lighthearted. Thanks, dudes. If I fail this class, I'm going to have to take Burrito History 202 again. And it's really not as cool as it sounds. Gio.
Okay, so first of all, let's get this out of the way. Hogan's Heroes, is that like people jumping out of helicopters and going on adventures?
No, they're
or what?
like in a Nazi prison camp.
Yeah, but they're like the Nazis
but
are like
wacky.
Yeah, the Nazis are like bumbling, and they never actually succeed in murdering anybody.
Okay.
And also, I think the main character in Hogan's Heroes is like they're in the camp on purpose. Is like is like an agent working in the camp.
Okay.
So I don't know how you contextualize it. You can't do like Middle East, right? That's not going to work.
No, you would have to do America. But if you did that, you'd be murdered by the CIA, I think.
Yeah.
Like Hogan's Heroes set in an ice camp.
So you're saying we can't do Hogan's Heroes Guantanamo Bay? That's not gonna
no.
not gonna work.
No. Oh, I would love to see that though. Maybe you could do if that was a Mad TV sketch.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't say Hogan's Heroes needs to be set in America.
No, but I think that would be the most appropriate.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, what other country in the world even has prisons at this point?
Well, I mean, there's China.
Oh, we'd be losing out on a lot of money if we...
There's Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do Russia.
That would be fun. Like a bunch of people in a Russian gulag.
Now we can have the Russians just do all the crimes we do.
Yeah.
So people associate them with them.
And the CIA will laugh it up.
Yeah, they'll hire people for the punch-up sessions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go, Gio. You're just gonna make it set in Russia. That's all you got to do. Easy.
Yeah, there you go. And also, there's a nuclear reactor meltdown. That's the end of the first season.
Yes. Oh yeah, there's slaves working on the nuclear power plant. They got to turn the turbines themselves.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense.
But since it's lighthearted, there's no after effects. They just glow green like in a Simpsons episode.
One of them does get Marge Simpson hair.
So yeah, there you go, Gio. I hope that answered your question. And with that out of the way, I guess it's time for us to get to our tweet of the week, huh?
Yes, I suppose so. This tweet of the week comes from 238-pound John Wick at GeniusGuy69.
Ooh.
I'm going to need you to read the first line for me, Swanson.
It doesn't say it's in Carl Weathers' voice, but I'm just going to sort of read it like it is. A lot of stormtroopers on that base, Mando. Think you can tug and suck them all off?
Yeah, I'm liking those odds.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's a pretty good tweet there.
Mando season 3 looking hot and heavy.
Listen, if the Mandalorian had just a tiny little bit of gay sex in it, I would be much more interested in it. But currently, it seems like there's none because they had a perfect opportunity for it in the episode we watched for the pod.
They had a perfect opportunity for it.
Yeah, Mando was alone with that guy out in the desert.
Oh, so you wanted to be like Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah,
but that's just one guy.
You wanted
the guy could be like, "Show me your womp rat."
Oh no!
Yeah, you wanted Timothy Oliphant's character to just be like, "Hey, what are you packing under there, Mando? Let's see what you do with that. You can take everything but the helmet off."
Yeah, dude, he just zooms in on his balls, flapping around.
That's a good question. When Mandalorians have sex, do they keep the helmets on?
I think they take the helmets off for that.
Yeah.
That's one exception?
Yeah.
Well, it's implied, Kyorain, in a later episode of Season 2, that that the Mandalorian that we follow is actually just sort of like been trained up to be a religious zealot. Most Mandalorians do actually just take their helmets off.
Yeah, that's how it was on the Clone Wars. No one was wearing helmets there. There was a bunch of assholes in tunics.
So they just sort of imply that the guy that we're following has just sort of been like indoctrinated in a weird part of the religion.
Yeah, he's like ISIS.
Wow, he's really over the top. He doesn't really act like it though, except for he's like, I really care about Mandalorian stuff. Otherwise, I'm a pretty chill guy.
Yeah, in the episode we were in,
maybe ISIS is secretly chill. Maybe that's what Disney's trying to tell us.
Maybe.
Listen, I don't really want to think about what Disney's trying to tell us.
Yeah. All I want to think about is that I'm tuning in on this tweet. It's a good one.
Yeah, that's a tune in.
Tune in.
So yeah, that's a tune in. Congratulations to that guy. Good on him. With all that out of the way, I guess it's time for us to get to the rabble, huh?
Oh boy.
If that's what you want.
Yeah, well...
What's the rabble?
Yeah, the Rabble's back for 2021, just like the podcast. We hadn't mentioned the New Year's yet, and we're like 15 minutes in.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's a new year.
Nobody.
Cares? So far, nothing has changed. There's still a global pandemic. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe Obama ran again.
So the Rabble is a segment here on the pod where we give you a little sneak peek of what we're going to be talking about later on the show by giving you critics and IMDb reviews, seeing what the other people think before you get the official TV Tuners consensus.
You know, those people.
Yeah.
We want to be all being dead about it.
So, who wants to start out with the IMDb reviews here?
Stair, do you want to start, or what's the deal here?
I'm fine either way. You found one you liked?
Yeah. So I'm starting with a very positive review here.
Oh, okay.
This is a 10 out of 10.
Ooh.
And it's titled Mind Blowing. And this is by ZA-82381. And it says, The Satined. Oh, what can I say? The same apocalyptic story. The world ends by a man-made plague and survivors are shocked because there are not many of them. The thing that attracted me towards this mini-series, TV series, the cast is well known, and also the story is written by Stephen King, so it's already sounds tasty. But but I've just seen the first episode. I'm not going to give spoilers. So first, the directing is superb. And they took the concept of plague from COVID-19 pandemic. So it seems more current. You're going to feel like something is happening in the world right now. And the set and the VFX are so cool. Like watching a high-budget movie. It's a little suspense, thriller. And it's also about some biblical war. Yeah, but episode 1 was a little quite on that story. They took the concept of end of the world by religious books. It's also makes it look like our future or our generations. It's worth watching.
Well, shut the fuck up. No more.
You are not going to disappoint. It's one of the best series of 2020.
Fuck you. What am I even supposed to say to that?
7 out of 31 found this helpful.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's slightly more helpful than the one I found.
They took it straight from the pandemic.
Yeah, and did you like the run-on sentence I just meandered through?
Yeah, was there any punctuation?
Mine is
a lot of commas, and one period that was in the middle of a sentence.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, mine is better written, grammar-wise at least.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. MacPet49-1 writes, only in Hollywood. 1 out of 10. A testament to the greed and shamelessness of Hollywood and its stars. What new lows they'll grovel to just to make yet another buck. The adaptation of the book is hard, but when is King not horrid? He's not much of a writer, he's a describer of horror. His forte is blood and guts, not a psychological master like E.A. Poe. At all. I'm beginning to believe that Stephen was a severely abused child, or was born with Asperger's, sociopathy, psychopathy, or all three. His life and mind have both reflected dementia. As far as the series goes, all the actors deserve to get COVID. 5 out of 35 found this helpful. Wow, this is a real Livia Soprano.
I like how Asperger's is listed alongside sociopathy and psychopathy.
Listen, Kyo, have you ever seen The Good Doctor? My mom is offended by the idea of that show.
Yeah?
Yeah, she was like, who would let operate on you, you know?
Wow.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh. So yeah, that's a bad one. That might be the worst. That might be the worst one.
I'm gonna read the Let me read the title to their Watchmen 2019 review.
Uh-oh.
Well-produced propaganda and reverse racism. Dangerous when watched. And the first sentence is, if you want to rekindle a race war, this is the way to do it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god! The production, actors, and CGI are great. I just don't approve of something so obviously intended to muster violence and genocide on a massive level. This series is like Hitler's plans to rule the world, but warped. Like most characters in series/films now, there is almost nobody one can identify or like in it. Everyone is a liar, and everyone is a murderer. Unfortunately, the authors of this mess felt that deconstructing society was the only way to fix it. We are animals, and we operate daily on more civil levels of consciousness, trying to push back our base desires. Murder, mayhem, and hatred. If our society functions because we navigate through those emotions by being somewhat superficial and generous, then it is for the good of all we continue doing so. This is a breakdown of civilization going on here, and really reflects the most disturbing notions and movements that are happening in our world today. I don't hold much hope for mankind. Perhaps considering how we've treated the world, our time here is over, and we need to let nature choose another species to flourish. Perhaps people really are no damn good.
That's a lot.
You got mad at me for reading mine out, and you're gonna give us that?
This man went on a whole spiel about how mankind should be ended because the Watchmen dared to talk about bombings in Oklahoma.
Yeah. 5 out of 21 users found this review helpful.
As for the actual review on The Stand, that's 1
out of 10, I think.
Not good. It's one. I love those. I love the diagnosis of Stephen King in that. That's very good.
Oh, he didn't like The Witcher either.
Yeah, well,
Nice to see Henry Cavill, bud. Henry's always worth a gander. However, this imaginary R-rated Narnia is somewhat disappointing. The CGI is okay, but there's much gratuitous female nudity flaunted here, and almost no male nudity. That is painfully obvious who was in charge of production, either lusty straight men or oversexed lesbians. Even some of the creatures are given female anatomy. For a gay person, it's enough to bring up one slunch. What? Is he gay?
Wait. Did this person just insinuate that there's this possibility that The Witcher was produced by, quote, oversexed lesbians?
Yeah, they were,
Yes.
They were fucking and sucking too much. And that's how they came up with The Witcher, a show about a guy who kills monsters. That's been Stairmaster reads through an entire disgruntled man's IMDb history.
Oh, time for the critic reviews from Swanson, our man.
That's right. So lots of negative reviews for The Stand in this batch. Even the positive ones are like those ones that are barely positive. But I will start with the full Monty of negative here. This one comes from Prahlad Srihari from First Post. The novel captured a crisis through the small stories that converged to form a larger reality. Had the show retained the novel's pacing and opted for grief over gore, King's message of humanity's resilience might have carried more weight in these times. All right, thoughtful review there.
He raises some fair points. Much to think about.
All right, now's the positive.
I'm gonna comment on that later when we talk about the show at the end.
And now the positive review, which is from Bill Goodykunst of the Arizona Republic.
What a good name.
Yeah, it's a Goodykunst name. For the most part, it's time well spent. That's it. That's the review.
Oh.
At least that's all the blurb that we get from Rotten Tomatoes. Where are they? I really wonder how they pick these sometimes, because some of them are long, like the one that I just did for the negative, and then some of them are just a sentence.
Look, you want to get the gist of the review? That's a good gist.
It's true, yeah. Not much to it.
Oh my god, this guy gave Long Drive a 5 out of 10.
Stair, I think you need to.
Do you think he thought
move on from this guy?
Do you think he thought it was also by oversexed lesbians?
Look, I need to find some media produced by oversexed lesbians. To be honest with you guys,
I'm sure it's out there.
I gotta find it.
He says he doesn't like the long, corny vignettes that everyone wants to embellish on and call deep and mysterious.
Who doesn't like that? I don't understand.
This guy, apparently. He also doesn't like it when there's straight people in movies. I've noticed in this review.
Wait, so he doesn't like it when there's straight people in movies? So
yeah, because he's gay.
He doesn't like movies?
Yeah, apparently. And he's a Nazi.
Yeah. Fuck him. Alright, well that's been the rabble. Stay tuned later in the pod and we'll give you our official take on The Stand. Alright, with all of that out of the way, what'd you guys watch this week? Anything fun? Interesting?
No. I've been watching The Sopranos. You want to talk about that?
Sure.
Oh, okay. I got through the episode on Christopher Columbus Day. That was a very funny one. Has it crushed your
spirit yet?
No. No. I was very delighted at how dumb these Italian guys were and how racist they were as well.
Yeah. That is...
I think Ralphie needs to start being more polite to people.
Or,
it's going to cause some problems.
Yeah, I think something might happen to him if he's not.
I think he'll be fine. Like most characters in this show will be fine.
Yeah, I feel like the vast majority of them will probably make it till the end.
And beyond the end.
Yeah, they'll live happily ever after. Some say they're still alive to this day.
Pretty much all characters in that show are happy and healthy through the entire run.
Yeah, nothing bad.
Yes.
Do you watch anything fun, Keo?
I'm trying to think. Of,
You watch Mobile Suit Gundam Double Zeta.
Yes, Stairmaster decided just with no prompting, just to expose me to that program.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And he couldn't explain why the lady who can pilot the plane thing could not pilot the Gundam.
Because she's not the protagonist. She's a lady.
That's not an explanation.
It's an explanation in Gundam.
You have to be a teenage boy.
This
Or a former teenage boy.
is just how mecha animes work, Kyorain.
Yeah, so you can be a grown man.
You can't be a grown man, but you'll die very quickly.
Yeah.
If you're a good...
It's
if you get in the Gundam, I think.
It's a young... Gundams are a young man's game.
Okay, but if you started out when you were a teenager, you'll be fine, though.
Well, yeah.
Outcomes may vary wildly.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess Char doesn't pilot a Gundam, right? So he's fine.
No. He almost
So-
does, but it's in
So when is your video essay about the sexism of the Gundam series going to come out, Stair?
this Thursday.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
Dropping on the TV Tuners YouTube channel.
That's right.
I finished The Mandalorian Season 2.
Why?
Well, because I was already halfway through it.
Oh, okay.
It was all right.
And what else?
There's some good, some bad. It's definitely not as good as the first season. Probably because a generous portion of the season is setting up for spin-offs.
Oh, God.
So that's no good.
Yeah. Tune out.
Also, I'm going to pull a Star Trek Picard here and talk mostly about the finale. So spoilers, jump ahead, like, I don't know, 6 minutes.
5 minutes and 7 seconds.
All right, good enough. So they have Luke Skywalker show up in the finale.
Oh, God.
And
shut up.
It is Mark Hamill, but they've de-aged his face, so it looks extremely Uncanny Valley. And yeah, it's dumb. It's real stupid. Real dumb.
He doesn't blink from what I've heard.
I can't recall. I don't think he blinks. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
And he also kills a bunch of sentient robots in an incredibly callous and vicious manner.
Well, they were going to attack him.
Yeah, but this
You're
whole
supposed to be
thing,
sad about it.
this whole thing about Return of the Jedi is him laying down his lightsaber, and that's when he becomes a true Jedi Master. So just have him killing people. Kind of fucked up.
You're
that ain't right.
You're disregarding the fact that these sentient robots are also Nazis.
Oh, that's
What,
right.
you think they chose to be Nazis?
Well, when you're
Yeah.
created a Nazi,
Since
I don't
robots
think you
are
have a choice.
I think these robots are slaves.
These robots were programmed
I
to
guess
Nazi.
Hmm.
Anyway,
How can you be sentient if you're just programmed to be a certain mindset?
Yeah.
Explain that to me.
the robots don't seem to actually carry sentience, unlike, I don't know, like C-3PO. He's like clearly sentient. These robots don't even speak.
Yeah, but the battle droids from the Trade Federation were sentient, and these ones seemed way more advanced.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get the impression that they were anything more than just things to be murdered.
All right, let me ask you guys a quick question about C-3PO. How many hours would it convince you to make him into a Nazi?
Ooh.
5.
Yeah. It would be a lot easier. I think he would be the easiest character in the main group of Star Wars characters to turn into a Nazi.
Okay, what about Lando, though?
Lando would be the hardest. You kidding me? That dude loves fucking everything. He wouldn't.
Oh, you're right. Imagine if Lando became Hotep, though. That'd be funny.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Every time, I feel like Rise of Skywalker ruined Lando for me, because every time I think about Lando now, I think about how at the end he just hits on a lady who's younger than him, and they don't explain that it's supposed to be his daughter.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, what do you guys think of Lando with a Ankh jean jacket on?
Talking about how his ancestors built Coruscant.
Yeah, that's good.
And the white people were the invention of the Sith.
I think my big problem with Luke Skywalker showing up, though, is that he saves all of the other characters, so there's really no growth from anybody who was there, because they all just watch Luke Skywalker do all of the fighting for them, which is...
This sounds really dumb, Swanson.
Yeah, it's super dumb. Which is a...
I think a character like that has no place in this show at all, really, does it?
This is why Gundam is good, because it just kills people.
It's a shame, too, because the first half of the episode is very good. There's like a fight between the Mandalorian and Giancarlo Esposito that's very good. And then Luke Skywalker shows up.
Boo.
Yeah. And like Giancarlo Esposito has this dark saber, and the Mando has this spear. It's a big fight.
Look, no more Skywalkers.
Oh, no more.
No. Everyone took the wrong lesson from Last Jedi. No more Skywalkers. Get that shit a rest. I don't want to see that. Anyway, yeah. The Mandalorian Season 2, It did end with them saying that Boba Fett is getting his own spin-off and all that jazz, so maybe I'll watch that because Boba Fett remains very cool. They haven't ruined him yet.
Maybe they'll show you its penis.
I don't think that would ruin it. I think if anything, I'd be more on board.
I think that would I don't know. I think that would demystify him.
Do you want to see my cock?
Look, what if it looked really weird? That would be a new mystery.
Yeah.
You got sucked off by the Sarlacc pit.
You ever been sucked off for 1,000 years? It's not good.
Look, that would be a really lame way to reveal the secret behind his penis.
The secret behind his penis.
That's the title of the episode.
Yeah.
No, it looks weird, and the explanation is something that we know happened to him.
Oh God.
Anyway,
let's end the episode right there.
There's still a chance that they can rebound from this, because hopefully next season 3 of The Mandalorian isn't going to just be a bunch of here's more spin-offs, since they already announced all the spin-offs. But who knows?
I take out my cock and you take out your cock and we rub them together.
It's called a sword fight. Yeah.
Tell me more.
And Disney should be ashamed of themselves. No more of this fan service shit. Like, listen, the fan service is fine in small doses, like season 1 of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I don't need...
Let's have Haro show up.
It's also so strange, because season 1 of The Mandalorian is like, hey, we're in this, like, unheard of corner of the universe. Like, nobody even knows who Jedi are. And then, by the end of that first season, they're like, you gotta go find Jedi, my dude.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah, the only kind of fan service I'm in favor of is the sexualization of female characters. Anything else is just no thanks.
True, there's no boobs in Mandalorian either.
Wow.
What if The Mandalorian just had a big rack the next season and that wasn't explained?
Better show. Yeah.
And he adjusts his armor so they can jiggle around. Oh, God. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Well, all right.
Yeah, no one ever talks about
Like, he interacts with people that have seen him before, and they're just like, hey, Mando.
So I said, I think I'm going to need you to pray at the start of every episode from now on to make up for this.
Other than that, I did watch the Borat sequel, finally.
Oh, well, how was it?
It's good. It's good stuff. I wasn't expecting anything, and it ended up being just about as funny as the original, from what I can remember.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it.
I don't remember the original.
Yeah, it was...
And I did watch it.
It was funny. It's definitely about as good as you can get in terms of sort of making fun of everything. The best gag is not the Rudy Giuliani thing. The best bit in the whole movie is so the whole thing here is that Borat is not alone. He is with his daughter in this movie, who has sort of smuggled herself with him to America. And his plan is that he's going to give her to Michael Pence as a bride. Because in Kazakhstan, they believe that Michael Pence is a huge horn dog. And that's why he can't be left alone in a room with women. So the best scene in this is they go to get a cake for Pence. And while they're there, his daughter asks for like a little cupcake that has a baby on top. She eats all of the cupcake so fast that the baby is also eaten. So they go to an abortion clinic to get the baby taken out. And this leads to a very good gag where there's a pastor in the room telling them, like, you know, that's a life in there, and they're not understanding because it's a plastic baby, but they just keep calling it the baby, so he thinks they're, you know, talking about an actual child. And then it dovetails to Borat being like, I feel bad because I put the baby in her, and, you know, it goes from there. That's the best. Good. That's probably the best bit in the whole movie. So, yeah, that's it for what we watched. Let's get to the news. The new news. Listen,
how many stories we got on this?
It's been a slow news week, folks. So all I got.
It's been a slow New Year's year.
Yeah, it's been a slow New Year news time, and so all I got for you is just a single story about our friends at Jeopardy.
Stairmaster.
Oh.
At where now? Who now?
You know, Jeopardy, that show, that game show where it's like real smart. Gotta be like a real smart boy.
Oh yeah, like you go in there and it's like
Wolf Blitzer minus 900 points.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a giant circle in the sky, and you say, "What is the moon?" And it's like, "Wrong, sorry, I meant the sun."
That's pretty much it. Yeah, you got it. Well, yeah, as we all...
You can't look at this. Possible answers: A, my penis. B, the sun.
They don't give you
multiple
possible
choice
answers.
Jeopardy.
Oh, and, yeah, you're right. I'm thinking Who Wants to Be a Millionaire since that was on The Sopranos. I watched.
As we all know, Alex Trebek passed away a few months back, and
you said Alec Baldwin for a second.
No, that would have been wild. No, Alex
wants to go an ape.
Alex Trebek, his final episodes are finally set to air this week on the program. Apparently, there's he's recorded enough in advance to get us to this point, and he's recorded a little on-air message apparently that I guess he recorded at some point in the previous. They don't say that it's about him if he had died. They say it's just about him talking about the season of giving. So.
What? So his final message is just about Thanksgiving?
Well, yeah, he didn't know he was going to die.
How did he not know?
I mean, he did get diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
I think every person is aware of their mortality. I'm pretty sure, like, what he's actually going to be is it's like he's going to be like, all of you ungrateful humans who took everything away from me will feel my loss and despair.
The pieces are still in place currently for who is going to take over. The current frontrunner seems to be series champion Ken Jennings, the winningest ever in Jeopardy, who also has hosted a few other game shows. Other people have been like, I think we did the betting before where LeVar Burton is like in there somewhere. Anyway, this dovetails into something else I wanted to talk about, which is that Ken Jennings is having a bit of a rough time because his podcast co-host had some bean words to say on Twitter about his child.
Wait. He was Ken Jennings? What?
Yeah, he was on a podcast. He co-hosted a podcast with Ken Jennings, John Roderick, before tweeting the Bean Dad stuff. I mean, presumably they still have the podcast. I don't know. But...
Whoa.
Yeah, we're inside the looking glass here. So
what you're saying is Ken Jennings is also racist?
Maybe. Possible.
Certified fact. This is not slander. Estate of Ken Jennings, do not email us.
You guys hear about Bean Dad?
Yeah.
I've dabbled in a little bit of Bean Dad discourse.
Yeah. It's all over the place right now as we're recording, so probably by the time this gets released, it'll have already passed the zeitgeist. in like 2 days. But yeah, Ken Jennings' co-host John Roderick of the band John Roderick and the Long Winters.
Wait, isn't that the My Brother and Me?
That's what I was saying.
Guys?
Earlier. Yeah, he does the...
So he's the Bean Dad?
That's right, he's the Bean Dad. He does this, or did, I guess. They said they're not using the song anymore.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Turns out he's Bean Dad.
What?
So, to explain this in better detail, John Roderick tweeted out, I guess yesterday, about some incident with his child where he said, yesterday my daughter, 9, was hungry, and I was doing a jigsaw puzzle, so I said over my shoulder, make some baked beans. She said, how? Like all kids do when they want you to do it. So I said, open a can and put it in a pot. She brought me a can and said, open it how? Then the next tweet, at this point she said, I don't want baked beans, and marched off. Apocalypse Dad went to full the road modes and said, sweetheart, neither of us will eat another bite until we get into this can of beans. She screamed, ow, like Lucy Van Pelt. She read a book for a while.
Yeah, so instead of just teaching her how to use the can opener, he thought he was teaching her the valuable life skill of learning how to use a tool without any instructions.
Yeah, to a 9-year-old.
Except no progress is made for the next 6 hours.
That's right. Yeah, so I guess there are a lot of people who are saying this is just like a funny anecdote. I don't see the humor in this.
He also demonstrates how to open the can, except it's wrong?
I don't know.
I think that's part of the story, right?
No, he doesn't.
I mean, I think there's more to this thread than just the 2 tweets that I've seen. It has since been deleted, and so has John Roderick's Twitter account.
Yes, so including the tweets about how the Jews ruin everyone's fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of... Here's the deal, folks. Unironic racism, not good. Ironic racism, still not good. I think...
Oh, apparently he got kicked off Mabim Bam.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, they announced that earlier. I saw.
Man, like they were on his public Twitter account for how many years, and nobody noticed.
Well, he didn't do anything egregious.
Yeah.
Still, though, like once in a while, I'll just double check, make sure Swanson's not like saying the N-word to people on his Twitter account.
Uh-oh.
And how often?
And he's not. He's never once.
Yeah. Not that you.
He never even said N-I-G. He just like doesn't do it at all.
That's true. I have said N-I. That was because I was about to talk about nicotine and the dangers of it.
Yes, but do not look at our chat logs from when I was 14, Keo, please.
I mean, I've already got that link to a kill switch.
Oh God!
If I die, the logs will be revealed.
I knew I shouldn't have shared those with you.
Man, Keo's on some jigsaw shit. So, that's, so Bean Dad and Ken Jennings, are partners in crime, I guess.
I guess this means we can't enjoy Jeopardy anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Like we were doing all these years.
Oh, here we go. I do have a Ken Jennings tweet on this incident.
Oh my God.
The first one's actually kind of funny. Extremely jealous and annoyed that my podcast co-host is going to be a dictionary entry, and I never will. So that's kind of funny.
And then, uh-oh.
If this reassures anyone, I personally know John to be A, a loving and attentive dad, who B, tells heightened for effect stories about his own irascibility on like 10 podcasts a week. This site is so dumb.
Ooh. Well, you heard it here, folks. Ken Jennings supports racism.
So, I mean, sure, that might explain away the Bean Dadness of it all, but it doesn't really explain away saying the N-word like 5 times on your personal Twitter account.
Yeah.
Anyway, who knows what the future of Jeopardy holds, but I doubt Bean Dad will be on.
Oh, no, you'll have to play to have his life spared.
Yeah. Maybe they'll have a category that says Bean Dad.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
It's just like the end of that Simpsons episode. Hey, I hit a homer.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's it for the news. I only had that one item and the tangential bean data-ness of it all. With all that out of the way, it's time for a new segment here on the pod. It's time for What's Bad with Stairmaster. Hit the theme, Kyorain.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I've only been explaining the premise of this segment.
Don't worry.
I've done no prep work whatsoever.
By being told the name, I know it intimately. So this is What's Bad with Stairmaster, in which Kyo and I both give Stairmaster a topic, and he is going to tell us why it is bad.
Oh no! Please, I beg of you.
Following his explanation for why it is bad, we will each have a follow-up question that we are allowed to ask him. Kyo, you may start.
Oh God! No!
All right, Stairmaster, your first topic here. I'm going to give you a real easy one.
Please no. I can't refuse this. They have a gun to my head.
It's true.
All right. Well, Stair, if you're gonna start resisting, I might have to make it a little harder.
Please, no. I'll do what you ask.
All right. So Swanson, should I ask him about a condiment or a lofty moral concept?
Ask him about the condiment.
Okay, Stairmaster, explain why yellow mustard is bad.
It kind of burns my tongue.
Ooh, okay. That's it?
It don't look like how it should taste. Like, it's colored like cheese, but it doesn't taste like cheese. So I don't like it.
Is that it? Any more comments?
Yeah. You already asked. You already had a follow-up question, Swanson. You can't ask it again.
Oh, fuck.
No, that was not a follow-up question. That was just him prompting you to continue talking.
Nope, it counts.
I guess you're the boss here, huh?
Dang, it's Stair's world. We're just living in it. Was that a follow-up question?
Of course not. It was a rhetorical question.
I think that is a follow-up question. Okay, Swanson, it's yours. It's time to go now.
I was going to ask you.
All right,
yeah.
I was gonna ask you, who has yellow mustard hurt?
Me. Sometimes I've ordered food, like with no condiments, and then there's mustard on it.
Oh God!
I felt a deep pain.
Okay, yeah, that is pretty shitty. Not gonna lie about that.
I can't believe you're taking my side on this.
But I mean, that is a good rationale for who it hurt. I have a follow-up question. Do you just assume that everything that is yellow of that color is cheese?
I mean, if it's like food, yes. Well, no, like bananas are their own yellow, obviously.
Okay.
I suppose apple juice is yellow too.
I would say.
I don't expect that to taste like.
So if it's not a fruit and it's yellow, you just think that it's cheese.
It should be cheese. That's all I'm saying. If it's going to look like that, it should taste like cheese.
A bold take. So if you, licked a school bus, it would be cheese.
I don't think a school bus looks like food, so...
Alright, what if I gave you a school bus colored and shaped cake? Would you think that it was cheese?
Well, I think it might have cheese in it since it's yellow.
Hey, did you put cheese on this
cake?
Be a
cheesecake.
Let's put cheese on this.
Hey, you mixed cheese with my cake. Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Blam, blam, blam.
Get to the factory. All right. I have a topic for you to discuss here, Stairmaster, on what is good and what is bad.
Well, it's only what is bad.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it has to be bad.
All right. Water.
Well, I can't. It looks clear, but even that's not enough to know it's safe sometimes.
All right, follow-up question. So what you're saying, Stairmaster, is that you don't like water because you don't feel safe drinking it. You think that there's just inherent danger in drinking any kind of fluid?
Fridge, yes.
Even when it says it's purified?
No, I can drink bottled water fine, but that feels wasteful when I have a dispenser in my fridge. But I'm worried about getting heavy metal poisoning. I drink from the tap.
Swanson. Ask him about
He
regularly
already asked
changing.
me a question.
He did?
When did I ask
I
him a
don't
question?
know. Maybe
I gave you a topic.
Conflated.
Swanson, ask him about regularly changing his refrigerator's filter, as he should every few months if he's using it heavily.
Yeah, you have to. With anything that's not just bottled water, you have to change the filter on that bad boy.
Yeah,
I
we
said
haven't.
ask him a question about it.
Yeah, no one in this household has done that.
How many years?
Maybe.
Hold
3
on.
or more.
Let me tag in here, Keo. You're doing a little too many follow-ups. How many years?
Oh, I'm sorry.
3 or more.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I'm not sure.
You might actually.
Oh dear.
Does it taste overly metally?
Maybe. Do you want me to go check?
If the water in your area is not particularly high quality, you definitely do want to regularly change out that filter.
I think it's bad everywhere in America these days.
No, most water in like actual cities is fine.
Fucking city slicks. It's a clean water. And they're unclean air.
I think it's something like, I don't know, like 80% of American cities have clean water, which is not the number that we should be hitting.
Also,
take
probably
Swanson.
just double check make sure pipes in your house are not made of like lead or something.
I believe they're made out of radium.
Okay, that's safe. I have dirt pipes in my house.
You've pipes made of dirt?
Yeah, the TV tuner.
Wow, just like
house.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
There is also an enormous cave system underneath this house.
Well,
where you can hear creepy moaning coming from.
Keo does keep digging a lot, yeah.
Well,
he's mining.
Yeah, don't call it digging, Swanson. That's kind of demeaning what I'm doing down there.
Have you seen any skeletons or undead creatures down there?
Yeah.
Are they violent?
Yeah.
Oh no!
What do you do about them?
I scream into my microphone and act like it's a big deal every time.
And like that scares them away.
Oh, that would be a fun sketch, real life Minecraft, but it's still being streamed.
Yeah. And no, Swanson, it does not scare them off. I usually end up just leaving.
Oh.
Well, alright, that does it.
Ooh, guys, that was crazy. Anyways, hit the subscribe button.
It's a New Year's, folks, and we're loose.
Yeah.
I'm funny with it.
So loose, in fact, that you wouldn't even realize that we're about to get to our main event.
Oh.
So yeah.
I guess that's the end of the segment. Bye.
Yeah, it's one topic per each of us, yeah.
There's one more hidden part of this segment,
Oh.
and it's where we talk about what we learned.
Oh.
which is a very original concept.
Okay, so it's like the end of the Jerry Springer show.
Yeah, so we learned that yellow mustard is bad because sometimes people put condiments on Stair's plain food that he does not want.
And also that it might be mistaken for cheese.
Oh, I
It
just
is
don't
mistaken for cheese.
Okay. Yes. Sure, why not?
We also learned that water is bad because Stairmaster does not change the filters on his refrigerator.
And he's afraid that no matter how clear it is, he might not know if it's purified.
Yes.
Honestly, valid concerns on the water part. Some would say that the problem the problem is Stair created, but
it do really be like that.
So yeah, that's it for what's wrong with Stairmaster. Did I say that was the beginning of the name? Because that's the new name of that segment.
It is not.
So that's it.
Bye.
Let's get to our main event. We watched the show, and now we're ready to talk about it.
Oh
Yes,
my God.
laughing time is over.
Are we ready to talk about this show? Like, actually?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about it for at least 20 minutes. I can probably do a strong 20 on this.
It's probably the most you could squeeze out of me, too.
The Stand is an adaptation of King's apocalyptic vision of a world, of Stephen King's apocalyptic vision of a world decimated by
Martin
plague
Luther King.
and embroiled in an elemental struggle between the good and evil. The fate of mankind rests on the frail shoulders of the 108-year-old Mother Abigail and a handful of survivors. Their worst nightmares are embodied by a man with a lethal smile and unspeakable powers. Randall Flagg, the nefarious Dark Man. The Stand follows a sprawling cast of characters as they are embroiled in this battle between good and evil. Did The Stand make you guys feel good, or did it make you vomit all over the place?
Sit down.
Fairly Swanson, that's the best you got.
I don't know. Do you guys stan The Stand, or would you rather it stand alone?
I think I'd rather stand alone. See you
That's
next week.
That's a tune out on The Stand. See you later, folks.
I would be really concerned about someone who stands The Stand.
I'm sure there's some on Twitter.
I mean, I'm sure there are people who really like the book or something, but...
All right, so this show is the last thing we needed, is what I'm going to say.
Yeah. Very true. I don't think they're... Yeah, that's it. That's all of my discussion for this show.
It's like, okay, we're dealing with a global pandemic that's leading to, at the very least, massive disruption of our daily lives. And what we needed to watch was a show like, oh, well, how about a pandemic where everyone just dies? How about that? How about that, fellas?
How about that?
And they do a surprisingly good job of the everyone dies part, I think.
Yeah, they really let you know that everyone's dying. That's for sure. They get that part across expertly well.
People on the radio or whatever seem relatively composed about it, though.
Until they blow their brains out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, very composed suicide. I don't know what suicides are actually like, really, but how many of them are just like calmly reciting something and then just shooting yourself? I don't really know.
Yeah, I think that's like an end of the world thing, not really applicable to our day-to-day lives.
Yeah, I can't really say how realistic the depiction of the world ending is.
Yeah. So here's the fun thing about The Stand. You might be wondering when it was produced, right? After all this and everything. Yep. Filming on The Stand was finished a few days before it would have been shut down due to the pandemic. So it ended. It ended in the middle of March of 2020.
Wow, literally cutting it as close as possible.
So they were really just tried really hard not to release it during the pandemic, but it was just taking too long.
I think this was always the original plan for when they were going to release it, and they just never decided. No one who's in charge...
It's literally the perfect storm.
Yeah, no one who was in charge of CBS All Access thought maybe now is not the time that we should release this show about a global pandemic sweeping through the nation, the world.
Well, I'm sure the executives of CBS assumed COVID would be over by now. Realistically speaking.
Well, I would...
Which, I mean, yeah. I guess should have been the case.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yeah. It's also, I guess they don't really get to that part yet in this, but spoilers, it is revealed that the American... I guess they do reveal that, don't they, in this? That the American government was behind this virus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the book literally opens with the guy in the science bunker in the Army Research Center breaking out.
Yeah, the thing with...
As opposed to this show, which for some reason puts it at the end.
Yeah, this show has a moves around time.
Unnecessary.
I would say, well, I don't know. Stephen King's book has, like... It tells a linear story, but it has, like, so many different characters that it's hard to tell it on a TV show in that sort of manner, unless you're just going to have everybody be recurring characters. There's no main cast.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be fun. I don't know how viable it is to like do contract-wise, but
yeah.
So yeah, they the story is told through like that said, I guess the structure doesn't like help at all with how the story unfolds.
Yeah, so we open with just people being dead, and somebody just like, 7 million or people are not 7 million, 7 billion people are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a boringer version of that episode Chernobyl where they kill all the dogs.
Pretty much, because now everybody's already dead.
Yeah.
But there's just as much vomiting. So yeah, they then we cut back to before the outbreak happens, and we get introduced to the character that this episode focuses on for at least half the runtime. Harold Lauder.
Harold and Kumar.
Yeah, Harold from Harold and Kumar. Harold Lauder.
Who in modern terms is an incel.
He looks like he should be the bad guy on an episode of Criminal Minds.
Oh my god. Yes, he does.
The unsub appears to enjoy slicing his victims into 18 pieces and then sending them to the world's greatest puzzle solvers to reassemble.
So far, they've only solved one of his twisted puzzles.
Oh god.
Yeah, we're introduced to this dickweed as he's spying on who we learn later is his former babysitter, Franny Goldsmith.
And these characters seem very awfully young.
Yeah.
But we get a male gaze shot of Franny later from the legs up, showing off her visible panties.
She's supposed to be in her 20s, so it's A-okay.
Okay. This is not gross at all.
Well, the actress is like 22, so maybe it is still gross.
I am not a sick freak.
Stairmaster is normal. He's healthy, normal.
I don't remember in the books if the age difference was as big, but James Marsden's like 50.
I do not remember them being... I don't remember Harold being that young. I don't remember much about Harold. I remember the moon guy. And I remember not Kurt Russell.
So,
Randall Flagg.
You guys were talking about how this character in the book was a typical Stephen King character.
Oh, yes.
And I read the description, and you were like, yep, that's Stephen King for you. Let me go ahead and read that right now, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Bullied at home and at school, Harold is tall yet overweight, 6'1" and 240 pounds.
Wow.
Unhygienic and unpopular. He has greasy black hair. He had a lot of acne caused by eating junk food. He wears glasses. He is described by his sister as wearing the same boxer shorts until they stood on their own due to their crustiness. She also describes that he masturbates in his pants. He seems addicted to self-pleasure. He had never experienced the pleasures of a woman.
That masturbate in your pants line is oddly specific.
But it's also so very Stephen King.
Yes.
That's the type of detail that Stephen King would definitely include in explain.
So he just goes into detail about how the character is a nasty jerk-off boy.
Yeah. Well, you gotta imagine, one of Stephen King's first works was about a lady who's on her period, and he does describe that a lot.
Oh my god, also, what kind of man is this?
Also, he did write a novel about a kid who shoots up his school back in the 80s before that actually happened at Columbine.
Yeah.
Huh.
He also,
does a lot.
You know about It, right? The Killer Clown one?
Yeah, you know about
I know there's a clown. He's inside the storm drain. He says, come here.
Yeah, the story's told in two parts. First part's like the teenagers. They're battling. They're all like 11 and 12, and they have to fight and kill this clown.
And then they have to do something else.
And once they do, to celebrate them becoming adults, they have an orgy right then and there.
They're 11 and 12-year-olds?
Yeah.
What a sicko.
And Stephen King does write all that there. And
like, he describes it in detail?
Yeah. I don't remember how detailed it is, but that is the thing with Stephen King, is that sometimes he'll be extremely detailed about, like, a room where he'll describe literally everything down to, like, the color of the desk. And then in other scenes, he won't do any detail.
He'll be like, and then they had sex.
Yes.
Yeah, and then he also wrote the Dark Tower series. And in book 2, the gunslinger has to, like, take some herbs or something to astrally possess another man in our Earth's dimension. And he gets into a shootout with the NYPD and kills like 36 police officers with gun kata.
And
Subway, pretty badass.
And whenever you ask yourself why the Dark Tower hasn't been adapted successfully yet, that's why. Anyway, yeah, the Dark Tower.
He was doing it to get antibiotics from our technological society because crabs bit off his fingers. He was swarmed by them.
Yeah, Dark Tower. Right. The Dark Tower is a great. This kicks ass. It's good stuff.
It's 3 good books.
This is a very intriguing character, this Stephen King. I'd like to know more about him. So send me the newsletter.
Let's watch The Shining.
Yeah. You mean the movie he hated?
Yes.
So Harold Lauder is immediately accosted by these bullies, and I think this is the first instance that I can recall of bullies being right to beat the shit out of someone.
Yeah.
Like,
because he literally is spying on a woman.
I've never seen an instance where people chase someone and he's running away and then he is right to get his ass kicked by them. Even though he doesn't really get his ass kicked by them.
Back in the 1980s, it was okay. It was morally ambiguous whether or not you could peep on a lady through the hole in her fence.
Yeah, that's true. I think this show is very faithful to the source material. Probably to its detriment, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a difference between having someone write down in words how gross something is and actually just showing it to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this character does look like he masturbates in his pants.
Yeah, we don't get to see that, but... Well, I mean, we do see him jerking it.
We are informed that canonically he does jerk off.
Mm-hmm.
To a photograph, a printed photograph.
Incel Nation.
Nobody's doing that.
Which we needed to see to confirm this.
He would be looking at a smartphone.
It's true, yeah. Well, he's pulling a Nickelback instead and is looking at this photograph.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably... I don't know what the deal... It's probably because it's adapted from an old book, right? Because...
Yes. No, I just think the writers were all in the 70s since this is CBS.
It hasn't been modernized at all, really, has it? No. He does mention the net, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Fun fact,
that's about it, really.
One of the writers of this is Stephen King's son, Owen King.
Oh.
Interesting.
So...
I would not be surprised if the 1994 version of this is more modern.
Do you think he taught his son how to be sick and twisted?
Probably.
I hope not.
His other son, who goes by Joe Hill, is actually a pretty good author in his own right.
Yeah.
Anyway. So this kid's a sick, twisted freak, and we spend so much time on him.
Yeah, but our other viewpoint character is fake Kurt Russell. It was okay, I guess.
You mean...
This actor put...
You mean James Marsden?
Yes. He's a trucker, isn't he? And that's his character.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, that's right.
And he is kind of looking like...
Yeah, he's a streetwise trucker who's, I don't know.
Yeah, Sonic's friend...
He's like,
Sonic's friend James Marsden is here, but there's no Sonic.
He's really just not having this whole situation. He's like, what's up with all these government guys? This is crazy.
Yeah, it seems like they cast Marsden for this role because they were like, we need someone who can fill this role of generic hero. And they were like, I guess he's available.
He really does have a movie protagonist face, doesn't he?
Pretty much.
Do we actually need to see him in the bunker for whatever purpose the story is going forth? Because I don't see how any of this is going to come back up.
Let's see.
Not really. I mean, they were establishing the pandemic in dramatic terms, I guess.
Yeah. And I guess we did get that scene with J.K. Simmons. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But I don't think that'll amount to anything. Unless the key card lets him get in Metal Gear or something.
He fights Randall Flagg with Metal Gear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the gunslinger comes in and sacrifices himself like Gray Fox.
So, yeah, a lot of the plot line for Marsden's character, Stu Redman, is that he witnessed the death of a government official, a government soldier by the name of Charles Champion. Campion?
Yeah. A really gross death, yeah.
Yeah. Real gross death.
It was like trip capping.
Gross.
It was a what death stare?
I thought it was Trip, his first name is Trip or something.
No, Captain Trips is the name of the virus.
Yes, but it's named after him.
No, his name is Charles Campion.
Oh. Why's it called Captain Trips?
They don't say. And I don't remember if the book explains why it's called that.
Oh, so once it sounds like he's at the absolute limit.
I'm just saying I don't remember if the book... This is like that. It's a very Stephen King detail to just have something like named like that and not explain it. Like, why the fuck is that dude called the Trash Can Man? We don't know.
Oh.
I guess because he lights trash cans on fire, but still.
Or maybe he was a garbage man.
I don't know. He's called the... Yeah, I guess they say he's called the Trash Can Man because he did a lot of arsons.
Yeah, I read The Stand just because that guy sounded cool as fuck.
And he's not...
I wanted to read about his exploits.
He's not in enough of it for it to matter.
Yeah.
The protagonist should have been Trash Can Man.
Yeah, but apparently Stephen King was just not doing enough drugs when he wrote The Stand.
Trash Can Man, by the way, a character Keo doesn't believe exists.
Well, Keo doesn't believe The Stand exists.
Well, I still don't believe it actually exists, and especially because I saw no evidence of this trash can man in it. I think you guys have just been like pranking me, figuring out how to put The Stand on whatever show we just watched.
No, it's not a Karate Kevin situation.
Yeah,
he's real.
We're not Karate Kevining you right now.
Well, you should have put Karate Kevin in this show.
He wouldn't have been able to do much, I don't think.
Yeah.
Most of these problems here can't be solved with violence.
So I'm looking it up right now because there's not much to talk about with the show itself. The 1994 series has the guy who voices Patrick from SpongeBob as one of the characters.
Yeah, it did not have a star-studded cast.
It does have Ed Harris in the role that J.K. Simmons plays in this one.
Oh, that's cool. Ed Harris is like the army guy.
If Karate Kevin was there, he could have like karate chopped the army guy before he could leave the base and stop the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, that could have been something.
But wouldn't Randall Flagg have stopped him?
He could have karate chopped Randall Flagg.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, he would karate chop Randall Flagg in half.
Is Randall Flagg the guy who like broke the door?
Yeah, he's the guy at the end who Billy Joel music plays whenever he shows up.
He's like the Antichrist, but for the entire multiverse, and he's Roland Deschlin, the gunslinger from the Dark Tower's mortal foe.
Yeah.
Wow, what a jerk.
He's constantly hunting down and trying to kill.
What a nasty man.
Yeah.
He jerks off in his pants, I'm sure.
No.
I don't think he jerks off.
Oh, he doesn't jerk off at all?
I think he lays pipe. Just only the villainous bitches.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. If you're a villainess
and
you're single, DM at TV Tuners.
Apparently, the kid, who is a person who tags along with the Trash Can Man, who also has an enhanced hot rod style vehicle and a fanatical love of Coors beer, was going to be played by Marilyn Manson before the writers took his part out of the script.
What? That would have been fun. Wait, is this a 1994 version? They should have got Michael Jackson.
No, Marilyn Manson I don't think was popular in 1994. This was the version we watched.
I'm surprised he's still alive.
Marilyn Manson?
Yeah.
Yeah, still alive from what I remember.
He's happy and healthy.
Yeah, still alive, still kicking, still doing his thing. Still being Marilyn Manson. Good on him.
Yeah, so this virus is raging and everyone's dying.
Yeah, and people are also getting like premonitions where they're like, hey, why don't you... It's like, I'm a wolf. Look out for me.
But also, here's some stripper lights.
Yeah.
Or, I'm Whoopi Goldberg. Meet me at this address, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg does not look old enough to be playing this character.
Yeah, I don't know if you could find someone who's 108 years old to play this role, but...
You probably could put on makeup or use CGI.
Well, she is supposed to be a mystical character, though, so I guess she can look younger. Anyway, Incel and Lady team up after everyone else around them has died.
And she tries to kill herself.
Yeah. And he's like, no, you can't do that. And then she vomits.
No.
Because we need more of that.
Did we talk about the vomit, how the disease gives you a double neck?
Yeah, it gives you Mitch McConnell neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really unpleasant. I really don't like throat stuff.
Yeah, you don't like stuff going
neck
on
stuff.
with throats. So you didn't like the part where that army dude shows up to try and kill Stu, and then Stu has to stab him in the neck.
Not at all.
And all the
Not
neck
at all.
juice.
That was
It's not great.
All that neck juice is just flying out there.
Yeah, no thanks. You can hold off on that.
Yeah, that was no good. The best part of the episode, other than the ending, is here when Stu meets with J.K. Simmons' character. J.K. Simmons' character is given the unenviable task of just sort of explaining what's happening to him.
Yeah.
He does an admirable job.
Just like, oh, guess I'll die now.
Yeah. I never understand why in shows they always kill themselves in front of the person that they were just talking to. Couldn't he have just waited for Stu to leave the room before he killed himself? It's not like anything would have changed dramatically.
I assumed Stu would want the gun after.
Oh, yeah, maybe. So yeah, then we cut to months later, and it's like...
Yeah, so this is a very jarring jump.
Yeah.
I feel like we skipped over several episodes worth of progress.
It feels like maybe they shouldn't have done this. They jump months later, and Harold is like with a bunch of other survivors, helping them burn bodies or bury bodies and stuff. Stu is with a very pregnant Franny, and I guess they're like a couple. And Harold is just like, I will murder Stu.
Well, Harold has like this bit where he's like, oh, I have self-value now. I'm like at the end of Evangelion.
Yeah.
Maybe I can be a good person. And then he gets horny.
That's a problem.
To blow everything up.
My favorite bit here is they finally have Randall Flagg show up, I guess. They don't really show his face at all in this episode, but he comes in a premonition to Harold and gives him a black pill.
Yeah.
The incel gets black pilled.
Yeah, and then he finds out that the Chad took his woman.
Oh no.
That he felt entitled to.
Despite there being no feelings of reciprocation between the two. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so he resolves to kill them both. Yeah, and then it ends with the flashback all the way to the start of this, where Randall Flagg sort of causes this virus to spread.
Which is like, why don't you have this as a cold open for your show?
That would be a fun cold open, wouldn't it?
Yes.
No, the cold open they went with was corpses and a guy vomiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no running at all in that one.
No. Yeah, that would have been a good cold open. Would have made me be like, "Oh shit, what's happening?"
Especially when you see the foot holding the door open, because you have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
If it's cold open.
Well, I mean, you still
sucks.
don't have any idea what it means at the end, because we haven't been established that the good or evil thing is even happening.
Yeah, but you can tell that guy's evil. You can tell there's an evil man of some size.
With some kind of supernatural power to just break a reinforced door.
Well, then also he's in the car with the guy at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
What a powerful man.
And then comes my favorite part, which is at the end when they just play Billy Joel music over the credits.
Wait, Swans, I have one more thing to say.
Yeah.
He'd be a fantastic training partner. Two buddies on the side of evil.
Yeah, it's true. Some would say he is the entire side of evil.
Mm-hmm.
He could defeat Goku.
No. Take that back.
Goku is notoriously vulnerable to viruses.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
What do you mean?
That's not his win.
So, yeah, Goku would die and Trunks would have to fight him.
Yes.
So, something to think about there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much the end of The Stand. I feel like we jumped through a whole bunch, but not a whole lot actually happens in this episode.
No. There's some performances by J.K. Simmons and Sonic's friend.
Yeah.
We get a lot of people on the TV or whatever talking about we are all going to die.
Bryan Cranston is the president.
Yeah, we almost brushed over the Cran Man making a cameo.
Yes. As you know, we are Brian Bros.
It's true.
We'll forgive anything. And attack any woman who dares oppose him online.
That's right. We turn into real heralds when Brian's around. But even, it's not looking great for Cranston. First, Your Honor, which I guess we tuned in on, technically. And now he's making a cameo
Unfortunately.
here. As sick president.
Yeah, he's already mid-death, trying to tell people to remain calm, which is preposterous.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine how much this would suck?
Yeah, if we had a president who just disregarded a pandemic and told people not to worry.
No, I mean the whole everyone dying part.
Oh. Yeah, that would suck too.
I like how he's dying and he's still lying.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It's not a lie if he believes it.
I feel like he knows that they made the virus though.
Oh, that part, yeah.
Yeah, so the Cran Man is in this. He's a cameo appearance. And that's probably the most interesting thing other than that ending there with Billy Joel music. So yeah. I think you get the idea of what we're going for here. Final thoughts?
Deeply unpleasant. Even if it wasn't poorly timed, I still would not enjoy this program.
Yeah.
It was just gross and bleak and not enjoyable.
Yeah. James Marsden could not save it.
Yeah. Do you think Sonic could have saved this?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
I feel like he would be kind of annoying in this setting.
Whoa, that guy is way past uncool. He's dead.
Wow. These pews are filled with corpses. Looks like their god couldn't save them.
Is this what praying's about? So anyway, it's a tune-out. This is a highly... I don't know, maybe it would have been better if it came out I don't know.
No.
No.
It would have been less
It didn't happen.
would have been less unpleasant, maybe, if it wasn't right now when we were watching this bad boy. But
marginally.
Yeah.
No. We made it up.
But it's no good. Get it out of here.
It's an urban legend.
All
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about sometimes people writing television just think that, I don't know, shocking us and grossing us out is, I guess it works on some people, but
yeah,
for
no,
me,
please hire me as the screenwriter. I will scab for you, Hollywood.
Yeah, look, I'll write it for free.
Shut the fuck up, you little bitch.
Wow. Well, Keo's a real scab.
You're like, I'll come on the show and I'll just write it all for free, you know? Exposure is what I'll be paid in.
Okay, Keo, whatever you say, man. No.
Yeah, so let's all recommend a show to watch instead of The Stand.
Oh, a show? I was going to recommend reading the Dark Tower books instead.
Oh, okay, good. Keo?
Yeah, you can go ahead and watch the anime series Fire Force that I kept talking about.
Oh, that is technically an apocalypse, isn't it?
Yes. You can see the world hasn't ended yet, but you can see it from here.
It's not technically an apocalypse. It is an apocalypse. Like most
it's like
people,
Mad Max 1.
I mean, most people in the Fire Force world did, in fact, die in a giant fire.
Oh, there you go. Go watch Mad Max, any of them. Even Beyond Thunderdome.
You already suggested one, you stupid.
Yeah, I took yours.
No doubles.
Bitch.
Okay. And that's TV Tuners for the week, folks.
Yeah.
If you like that, chip in at our Buy Me a Coffee at buymeacoffee.com/TV Tuners.
That's right. That's a tune out on The Stand. And we'll be back next week with more TV goodness, including our first actual show from 2021, probably.
Also, Videodrome.
Yeah, stay tuned for later this week. We'll have some Videodrome stuff for you. It can't be...
Long live the new flesh.
Yeah, long live the new flesh. Until next week, keep watching. Bye. It's over.
Hey folks, time for the TV Tuners Denver Fact of the Week. Did you know that if there was a super deadly virus ripping through the nation, that Denver would be completely spared by it?
Haha, the satanic murals finally paid off.